record. I think we're good. Okay. Alrighty. Let me try to play a little bit of music here. I wanted to see how that would work. That was good. Okay. Forget that next time. Alright, so our backs, breathing, settling in, have everything nearby. Okay. That's pretty bright, I guess. All right. So think about kind of how you felt when you woke up today. And as you start your breathing, becoming a little more focused, just even on the actual act of breathing. Try to think about what maybe felt a little bit tight, or maybe you woke up and you felt great, you had a great night's sleep, and so you're really ready to push it a little bit today. But as always, we're going to have really basic movements, some options to go with that if you want to go a little bit more. But the most important thing is that you've just decided to take some time to yourself, even if it's only an hour, that you're just gonna do a little bit of movement, a little bit of breathing, always thinking about how your body's feeling right now, what you're hoping to work on maybe today, and then hopefully you carry that with you after the practice is over today, right? So whatever else you're gonna do today maybe will be feeling a little bit better just because you gave yourself some time to get things moving. So you've got that breathing, the slow breathing, and we want to get it to where we're breathing all the way to the belly. The exhalations are allowing us to let go of tension, and we want this to feel really natural and not like we're forcing. We don't want to force all of that breath to come in and make the belly expanded. Inhale, continue that inhale. So it's a long, slow inhale. We get all the way to the belly. Now on that exhale, let everything relax. The belly goes down, tension leaving the body. Maybe the busy thoughts that you don't need right now, leaving the mind. Try to keep your mind as clear as you can. Continue that slow breathing in. Maybe count to yourself as you take the next breath in. And whatever that count is, it doesn't matter how fast or slow you count, but use the same count and exhale, and try to make sure that your exhalation is as long as your inhalation. All right, a couple more of those. And continue to move a little bit till you're completely comfortable. We're not in a complete savasana here, right? We're a little bit more aware of what we're doing, and we know we're going to come out of it pretty quickly. But let's take one more full breath here. Now, as we are finishing that exhale, we're going to bend the knees and get the feet on the mat. Lift the hips up. If you can move them even a 1/4 inch further from the shoulders, that's great. Think of the heels lining up with the very center of the glutes. So if you know you have those little round bones up in there, that's what we're lining up with. We're going to keep the feet pointing straight ahead. Spread your shoulders apart. Lengthen your neck. All right, arms are going to come right next to you. And the whole while, we're still working on that breathing. Slow breath in and out. And we'll do one more before we add a little bit of movement. Don't change that breath if you can help it, right? Keep it the same slow inhalation and exhalation. On the inhalation, arms are floating. We're going to stretch them all the way overhead to see how far you go on that first breath in. And then as you exhale, we're bringing them back down to the mat. So we don't want to overthink it. We really don't want to even think about it. Just let it happen. Inhale, float them up. Start to stretch all the way overhead. Feel those fingertips reaching as far away as possible. On that exhale, bringing them back down. We're going to do a couple more. we're going to still go overhead. On this exhale though, as I bring the arms down, I'm going to use the hands to pull that right knee just gently into my chest. And then as soon as I'm ready to inhale again, the right foot goes down as the arms go overhead. And then exhale, left knee in. And we do this quite often, so I'm not going to talk about every single movement. I want you to just feel it. Use the breath, feel the body responding. Again, never rushing, right? We want the body to respond naturally. As the breathing gets deeper, we're adding that little bit of movement. We're getting the blood to start pumping a little bit more. So we're going to go right and left, I think a couple more times, or we may not be doing it at the same actual moment, but just listen to your body. Just continue to work one leg at a time. All right. After you've done that right and left a couple more times, I want you to actually leave the left leg in and then pull the right leg in. So right away, we're just going to pull the knees into the chest and just feel what that does to the back. You're going to feel it lengthening and also feeling like it's getting broader or wider right into the mat. And just keep those knees gently pulling in. Probably notice the difference if you let go of them. Your back is still against the mat. But when you pull the knees in, you can really feel how that kind of stretches everything a little bit more. And you start to roll a little bit side to side. Nothing's coming off the mat yet. We're just keeping the back there, but just shifting weight into the right and then the left a couple of times. And then we're going to circle little circles here. That lower back kind of pressing around. Do a few times one way and the other. All right. Keeping the knees in. Just extend the feet up a little bit. Flex. Spread the toes apart. Press the balls of the feet up and then stretch the toes all the way into a point. If it's cramping, let it relax. Try it again. Flex again. Heels pressing up. Balls of the feet. And then the toes. And then just do that a couple times. We'll concentrate on one foot at a time in just a moment. We're just doing the most minimal warm up here to get some blood going into the feet. Now bring the feet back down, starting all over in that bent knees position, right? Arms overhead, inhale. Exhale, pull the right knee in. Now we're going to keep that knee in for a bit. So take the hands somewhere that makes it pretty comfortable for you. And just on those exhalations, now we're just trying to pull the knee a little closer in. How's that feel? All right, we're going to extend that right foot up. Now hands, again, wherever you're comfortable, going back to that flexing and pointing just on the right foot now. Maybe it's feeling a little bit better, a little easier at the moment. Loosened it up a little bit, so do a few more. And then we're going to circle the ankle, all right? Or circle the foot around the ankle. See how far you can go all the way around. And then go the other way. And again, it's not 2 or 3. I want you to go for 8 or 10 of these. All right, and after that's warmed up a little bit, we're just going to see a little stretch. Just see what can you do with, we haven't done much at all for the hamstrings. How can you extend that leg a little bit? Now, let the knee bend, and now take those circular movements into the hip. So bring that knee up and around. Check in with your breathing every once in a while. sure, again, you're going both ways. All right, and so now you've worked the foot and ankle, you've worked the hip a little bit. Let's bring the foot back down. Let's do the left side before we move on. So bring the arm right next to you again. Take a full breath in and out. And then arms over the head, inhale. Exhale, bring the left knee in. So we're going to pull that knee in as close as we can. Just let it get comfortable. And hold behind the leg too. All right, extend the left foot up. Same thing, we're going to flex and point. Hopefully it's feeling a little bit more warmed up than it was when we did them together. Again, give it some time here. And then the same thing, we want to circle one way. And the other. And then we're just going to stretch that leg up a little bit, just a little bit. All right, let the left knee bend, and now think about your left hip. Let's get it warmed up a little bit, loosen up inside that hip joint. All right, same thing, we want to go both ways. All right, so we're going to do a couple of real easy twists here to get the trunk working a little bit, and then we'll go into some deeper twists with each leg. So let's bring the feet back into alignment here with the hips, and then bring those arms down and take a breath or two. Just kind of focus on breathing again. So cool today. Take the arms over the head, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, bring the arms over the head. Now on the exhale, remember that snow angel we did last week? You're just going to kind of let the elbows bend a little bit, start to bring the arms down alongside the body, and then turn the palms down as you get there. And then over the head, inhale, and then snow angel. Now you can bend the elbows more if you need to. You can keep the palms up or turn them down. This is whatever's going to be comfortable for you. I want you to get some good range of motion here without hurting anything, right? So just like a half circle. We're going from overhead to the side of the body. Let's do one more. Now let's start with the arms here alongside the body. Take them out, go over the head. As you get over the head, you're going to either have your palms facing up, or they could face each other, and then bring them down to the body. So we're going to go out and overhead, and I have to bend my left arm a little more because I'm near a wall. So, be aware of what's around you. Try to get the best range of motion that you can. We'll do that a couple more times. Feel that lengthening into the sides of the body as well. All right, and bring those arms right down next to you. Take a breath in and out. Now, we're just going to move the arms away from us a little bit. We're going to keep our feet separate, keep them apart. Inhale here, exhale, knees go right. Inhale, bring them back up. Exhale, knees go left. So just a very short time in each twist. Inhale, back to the middle. Exhale, drop the knees to the right. Again, you're going to feel it in different places because our feet aren't together. Inhale, up. Exhale, knees go to the left. And we'll do that quick one more time. Inhale up, exhale right, inhale up, exhale left. Inhale back up, go to the right, and go further. We're going to stay here longer, so if you can let that right leg go to the ground, great. This left knee is probably still kind of hovering up somewhere I feel like my left knee is kind of over the arch of my right foot. You might be a little bit different. So now take your head and look to the left. So the knees are right, the head's to the left, and the arms are just anywhere away from the body that's comfortable. All right, let's bring everything back to the middle. Exhale, drop your knees left. Now we're going to keep it there a little bit longer, right? The left leg might be actually on the floor. Right knee kind of hovering above the left foot. Excuse me. And then look to the right. All right, and then come back up. So the next level is bringing the feet together, trying to keep the knees and hips stacked or aligned as we go into that twist. So open those arms again where you're comfortable. Inhale here, exhale, drop the knees to the right. Notice that we're trying to keep the knees and the hips stacked up, and we're going to really work to keep that left shoulder on the mat. And again, look to the left if you can. And inhale, bring the knees up. Go to the left, exhale, drop them left. Same thing, try to keep those hips stacked up. Arms are open, and we're going to look right. And inhale, bring the knees back up. All right, so now we're going to go a little bit deeper into this. I want you to, let's pull the left knee in and extend the right leg all the way out. Give that right leg and right hip a moment to relax. All right, we're going to keep the right hand on that left knee. Open your left arm away from you again to the floor. Inhale first on the, excuse me, on the exhale. Pull that left knee across into a twist, single leg twist here. Left shoulder down, stay there. I'm going to get a quick little drink here. All right, so moving on from that. We're in the twist, left knee is across. Now, I want you to roll completely onto your right side. So take that right arm. I like to lay on my kind of the inside of my right upper arm. We've still got this left knee on the floor. Now I'm going to take my left hand and grab that left foot. Grab your strap if you need it. Once you've made this connection here, I want you to try to pull the legs closer together. Now my bottom leg, if I have it completely straight, it's a little hard to stay balanced on top of it. So I like to bend that knee, and it just keeps me from rolling. My knee's in front, my foot's kind of in the back. So once I do that, then I'm going to pull that left knee closer to the right knee. I'm going to pull that left heel in toward my hip. I can stay here. I can grab from inside the arch. If I had my strap, I could take the arm up and take the bind could come in, up and over the left shoulder. So wherever you need to be is good, right? As we pull that heel into the hip, you're going to feel what's happening here in front of the left hip, really, and the left thigh. These muscles are long and they're tight all the time, so it's really hard to stretch them. We have to go into something kind of extreme like this in order to really start to stretch them. A little bit longer. All right, now we're going to go ahead and bring that left knee onto the floor in front of us. All right. Right leg, I'm going to stretch it back out. I'm going to take both hands straight in front of me and bring my palms together. Your head could either be on the floor, it's a little bit of an awkward angle, so you can have it just hovering above the mat for a moment, because we're going to come out of this in just a second. So palms are together. I want you to take a breath in and then exhale. And on this next inhale, bring that left arm up And as you exhale, we're going to try to open and get that left shoulder and arm all the way back to the floor. So maybe just taking that twist just a little bit deeper than we had it earlier. All right, let's, oh wow, my whole back just went pop, pop, pop. Wow. All right, slowly come onto your back. Now keep that right leg extended. Take the left leg back up into a hamstring stretch. Again, the strap is a good one for this. Now if this is too much, some people, this bothers the lower back with the leg extended, so you could do a little bend here in the knee, either one. So left leg's coming up, right leg extended or bent. All right, let's do a little thread the needle here. Bring the left foot onto the right knee. And we'll just come up, bring that right foot up if you want. You don't have to. You can see we're doing a lot of focus on, hips this morning. After we do the whole left side, we will quickly come to the front of the mat and we'll do our flow from standing today, just so that we can get a little bit of that in without having to go too fast here. So let's uncross, bring the knees in. We're going to start it all over again. So bring your feet onto the mat, get that bent knees position. Perfect. My back will be to you for just a short time on this one. I just don't want to go to the other end of the mat right now. So take a breath in and out here. And then arms over the head, inhale. Big stretch here. On that exhale, now we're pulling. Oh, I'm thinking, did we do the whole foot? Oh my God, I can't remember what we did. Yikes. Take the right leg up. Oh, I know what it is, sorry. Right knee in, left leg out. Well, I had a total mind blank there for a second. All right, sorry about that. All right, so we're gonna start with the knee here. We're gonna go into the single twist, right? So we're gonna open that right arm. Take a breath in. On the exhale, pull that right knee across. We're gonna look to the right if we can. Yeah, we don't want to rush out of it. So really feel that right shoulder down. Feel this big stretch across the chest going into the shoulder and then into the arm. And then we're going to roll onto the left side. So you're going to only have my back. I'll talk a little louder. Bring this right foot and right hand together. Support your head. You could use a block here if you needed to. All right, pull the foot in. Keep the bottom leg bent, and then just bring this right knee lower. So it's pointing away at the wall, it's not pointing up. And we're just gonna work that foot in toward the hip. Again, whatever grip you need, using a strap maybe, and just hang out there for a bit. All right, now release that foot. Bring the knee onto the floor. Take the right hand and left palms together, reaching in front of you. Take a breath in and out. And then inhale, bring the arm up. Exhale, open it. Try to stay in that twist as you bring that right arm all the way to the floor. All right, roll onto the back. Extend that right leg up, keeping the left leg extended if you can. And then if not, just give yourself a little help here by putting the left foot on the mat. And then from here, we're going to bend the knee, take the right foot to the left knee, bring the left foot up. Same thing, that little thread the needle stretch here. All right, we're going to uncross the legs. Pull the knees in again. Roll the back a little bit. Now from here, you can either roll over to your side and hands and knees, or you can rock yourself up. But we're gonna come right onto hands and knees. So we're gonna be here for a really short time and get to the top of the mat, and then we'll get into our flow. So take a breath in and out here on hands and knees. Inhale, lift into cow pose. Exhale, arch into cat pose. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. We'll go a couple more times here. Feel that lengthening of the spine, lifting the chest and tailbone. Feel that big arch as you pull the belly in. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. We're going to inhale to cow one more time. And then exhale, downward dog. Toes come under, hips come up. We don't have to make it too long yet. All right, so the feet and hands are a little closer to each other than you would normally have. Work the feet individually, one heel down, one heel up. You can move the hips, you can move the body around, whatever you need to do to loosen things up. All right, and then we're going to take a few steps to the top of the mat. Bring the feet under you. Come into a forward bend. As usual, I've lost my little hair thing. Feet or blocks are going to be right in front of you. So just hang in that forward bend for a minute. I want you to feel the head heavy, crown of the head pulling toward the mat. I don't know how I can do that every time. Oh well, we'll be without. Relaxing in that forward bend. Now, when you come up the first time, come up as slowly as you possibly can. So tighten the belly a little bit and then start to roll up. Keep the crown of your head facing down until you have to face forward. Stand up tall, bring the arms up. Bring the hands together to your heart and alongside you to mountain pose. So find that, find that mountain pose, find your hair tie. Find that mountain pose. So you want to feel as if the feet are parallel to each other. You know, maybe you do the big toes touching. Some people do prefer that traditional. Not for everyone if you can't feel balanced, right? So make sure that you do feel the weight through all 5 toes. Spread them out. Lift the heels up, lift the toes up, and then find that middle ground where everything is supporting you, but the arches are lifted up, right? As you lift the arches up, think about lifting up through the front of the thigh, right? So tighten up, pull the kneecaps up a little bit, pull the belly in, bring the shoulders up and let them drop back, and open your chest as much as you can. All right, circle the hands, just like we did our ankles earlier. Circle the hands and wrists a few times each way. All right, now, focus on your breathing again. Inhale, still feeling it into the belly. Exhale, still working on letting go of tension, but we're not going to let go of our posture now. All right, next inhale, bring the arms up. Look at your palms as you bring them together. On the exhale, we're going to bring those hands through to our heart and then follow them down into our forward bend. Feel free to use your blocks. They help you. Let the head hang down. Inhale, exhale a couple times. Try to get the upper body to lengthen more. Let your head feel heavier. Feel more stretch going up the backs of the legs. When you're ready to come up, you want to tighten the belly. You can even bend the knees a little bit more and roll it back up. Shoulders up and back. Bring those arms out and up. Inhale. Hands back to the heart. Exhale. And finding your mountain pose again. All right, let's try that again. Inhale. Now, if you want to dive forward, if you're ready for that, feel free to do that. You can also roll it down every time. Always listen to your body and what it needs right now. Doesn't matter what you did last week. or yesterday. Now inhale, lift halfway, use your blocks or shin bones and straighten that back. Feels totally different than that forward bend. Take a breath in. Exhale, forward bend. Now you can roll it back up or you can extend all the way up into a little back bend here. Hands to the heart and back to mountain pose. And again, inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, forward bend, dive over. Inhale, lift halfway, straighten that back. Pull the belly as tight as you can. Keep your spine long. Option to bring those arms and reach away. Reach away so that the shoulders pull away from the ears. Take another inhale, exhale. Inhale, extend just a tiny bit more. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, rolling up or come up, beautiful extension. Hands together and back to mountain pose. Finally feeling warmer, hope you are. All right, so we're gonna get into a flow now. Getting into a little bit of downward dog work. So again, listen to your body. We'll do the first one really basic and then you can add on if you need to. Arms up, inhale. Exhale, forward bend. Lead with your heart. Let the head come into that full lengthening as you get into your forward bend. Inhale, lift halfway again. Exhale, forward bend. Now place your hands on the mat and make your way into a plank. You can walk it back. You want to get the hands and shoulders lined up. And then once you're there, drop those knees if you need to. Modify your plank. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Elbows are going to stay close to the body. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back to child's pose. Arms are going to stay forward, but you can soften them a bit. Bring them in a little bit. Come to downward dog. Take your time getting into that downward dog. You want to feel as if somebody's pulling your hips up and back. So you're not only lengthening the spine, you're feeling the sides of the body lengthen. Tailbone is high. Feel that stretch down to the heels. Pedal the feet a little bit more if you like. Now walk or hop or step, however you want to get there. Come back to your forward bend. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, rolling up or come up with that extension. Hand to the heart. And back to mountain pose. All right, so when we get down there this time, we're going to continue our flow a little bit. Get into a little bit of work, again, with the hips and some warrior work, okay? So, again, rest anytime you need to. Modify anything that you need to. And we're gonna start with the most basic moves. So take the arms up, inhale. Dive over, exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Once again, I'm gonna have you pause here. Pull the belly tight. See if you can take those arms and reach back and extend through the body. Inhale. Exhale, forward bend. Stepping back to our plank again. Inhaling as we get there. Exhaling as we lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Keep the left arm extended. Take this right arm, palm up, and slide down. Slide it under you, and just try to put a little more weight into your right shoulder. Just a breath or two here. We'll bring this arm back out, extend it, take the left hand palm up, slide it under. You can turn your head to the side or you can keep your forehead down. All right, extend both arms, come into downward dog. Now, once you're in that downward dog, it's feeling pretty good. I want you to lift your heels as high as you can on both feet. Get Get that weight into the 5 toes. Now bend the knees as much as you can. Bring those shin bones close to the mat or parallel. Now lift the tailbone as you straighten the knees. Take a breath in and out here. We're just trying to deepen that stretch, right? All right, heels lift high. Keep the heels up, bend the knees. Now start with the tailbone lifting up. Bring your chest toward the thighs and then straighten the knees. One last time with that little series. Heels up, knees bent, tailbone high, and straighten it. All right, I want you to step your right foot through and bring that left knee down. Feel free to put a blanket under it if it makes it a little bit more comfortable for you. You might want to have your blocks a little closer just in case, right? So we're going to start out with just a kneeling lunge. So think about pushing the hips forward, stretching right here in front of that left hip. Shoulders back, lift your heart, take your gaze up. Optional arms right here. You can also keep the hands here if you're feeling a little unsteady. But remember that we want to always try to keep that core working. It's going to help us balance. So kind of pull from within. All right, we're going to do the whole right series. So bring your right or your hands down, bring that back foot up, make your way up into a high lunge. Now, if you want to bring the foot in more to keep you from falling, do that. We don't want to be feeling unbalanced here. Take a breath in, exhale, twist to the right. Inhale back to the front. Exhale, open to warrior two. Open it up. Make sure that that body turns to the side. Front knee stays over the ankle. Arms are here, but relax the shoulders. Look over that right hand. Reverse warrior. As you start moving forward or thinking about what's happening up here, don't let that back foot, the outside edge, don't let it start coming up. Keep that whole foot in contact with your mat. Back to warrior two. Now come into your side angle pose. Use the leg or a block. Take the left arm straight up. Extend it over the ear if you like. Make your way back to warrior two. From warrior two, I want you to turn to warrior one. So as you turn, both feet are flat. Take those arms up, shoulders down. Now come into your cactus arm. So energize through the hands, squeeze the shoulders together. Lift the heart a little more if you can. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, come into your high lunge. So bring that heel up in the back. Find that high lunge again. Now bring that back knee down. Feel free to use your blocks here. Come into your high or your kneeling lunge, and then bring your hand, your right hand to the block outside the right hip. Take the fingertips up, inhale. Exhale, stretch over to the right with that left hand. Now slowly come back out of that. Bring both blocks kind of alongside that back knee. Lift the toes of the right foot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward bend. Now you can use the blocks here at any level or hands on the floor, but don't round over back here. Remember, we want to inhale, lengthen. Keep the hip and the knee lined up here, and then let the body move forward and down like a half split. All right, now as you're coming out of it, we're going to bend that right leg. Bring the knees parallel to each other. Bring the hips up over the knees. We're going to come into a camel pose. Easy, easy though. Just hands to the back of the pelvis. Now push your hips forward, lift your heart. Think about pulling your elbows toward each other like they had a rubber band that was pulling them closer together. Take the gaze up. All right, make your way onto hands and knees. Inhale to cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. I'm going to turn to the other side so that when we get onto the left side, I'm going to not be facing away from you the whole time. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, downward dog. 3 breaths here. All right, and then we're going to bring that left foot through. Right knee comes down, starting in our kneeling lunge on the left. Again, bring the hips more forward. Take the arms up, shoulders down. Make sure you're working the core here. Keep that balance. All right, bring the hands down to the mat. Take that right knee up. Find your high lunge. Crescent moon lunge. Lift that chest up and back. Take a breath in. Exhale, twist to the left. Find that twist. Whoa. Find that twist so you don't feel like you're leaning too far forward or back. What I was trying to show is that you're not too far forward or leaning back, but we're spiraling that body as much as we can as we twist. Now inhale back to the front. Exhale, open to warrior 2. Now line up that front and back foot. Extend the arms. Look over the left hand. Reverse warrior, left arm up. And back to warrior 2, coming into our side angle here, or here, right arm up, or extend it up and over that right ear. Back to warrior 2. Now from here, we're going to turn to warrior 1. So turn back to the front of the mat, square those hips, get both feet on the mat, bring the arms up. Cactus arms, energize into the hands, squeeze the shoulder blades, add a little tilt here, lift the heart. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale into that high lunge. So start to bend the knees a little bit more. We're starting to get a little bit lower here. And then bring the hands down, bring that back knee down. Come into your kneeling lunge. All right, bring the left hand down to a block outside the left hip. Right arm stays up. Inhale, reach up a little more. Exhale, stretch up and over to the left. And bring the arms back up. One hand to each block. Extend the toes of that front foot. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come into that forward bend. Keep the spine long as you move forward and then down. All right, we're going to come out of that. Bring the left knee in line with the right knee. Camel pose. Option to bring blocks back here. We're going to go a little bit deeper as an option. You can still stay right here. You can tuck the toes under. You can have the feet flat. Lifting the chest up and back. Maybe go into the blocks. Maybe go into the heels. So whatever you're feeling today, let's try that. Slowly come out of that. come into your child's pose. So drop the hips back, bring the arms in either here or alongside the legs, and just take a little rest. All right, let's go ahead and bring the arms forward. Come into your downward dog again. And then slowly walk the feet back to the top of the mat. Come into your forward bend. I want you to hang here. I want you to grab your opposite elbows and let gravity just lengthen your upper body. Let the head hang. And then roll it up slowly. Make your way all the way back up. Roll the shoulders up and back a couple times. Bring the arms out and up, hand to the heart. And exhale, back to mountain pose. All right, let's do a tree pose, okay? Before we make our way back down, simple, we do it a lot. We can see the improvement. Use a wall or doorway if that helps you. You don't have to take the other foot off the mat if you don't want to, but make sure, that you start in mountain pose, you end in mountain pose, right? So you're not just shifting one foot to the other. Feel the weight from the ground to the crown of the head. All right, working, everything's working here. So pull in, pull up. Decide which leg you want to start on. Maybe you start on your favorite one, maybe not your favorite one. Go above or below the knee. You can also just keep the toes right on the floor. All right, so find something that feels good for today. Bring your hands to your heart. Find your focus, little focal point, whatever you can keep your eyes on and not think about anything. Now just keep breathing. Keep pulling up, keep pulling in. If you wiggle and wobble a little bit, try it again. Trees move all the time, right? Think about what's going to feel really good for today. All right, now come back to mountain pose. Full mountain pose. Take a breath or two here. And then we're switching to the other side. So same thing, without a lot of stuff changing in the body. Turn that knee out. Bring your hands to your heart. Finishing it up. If you're grooving with it today, stay there. Enjoy it. When you come out of that, if you weren't at the very top of your mat, come on back. You have a few minutes here. All right, well, let's find that mountain pose again. Always starting from the ground, building our way up, opening that upper body. Roll the shoulders back, really open that chest again. Now take the arms up, inhale. Exhale, forward bend. Lengthen as you dive forward. Let the head eventually just hang. Inhale, halfway lift again. Let's take the arms out. Now let's reach them a little further away. So instead of straight back, I want you to take them kind of to the back corners of the mat, turning the palms to the floor. If that's feeling pretty good, we can then take the arm straight out like an airplane. Now, if anything's changing in the back, your body's telling you, I'm not ready for that today. So take them back a little bit. Now, the most challenging would be extending those arms forward, thumbs up. Take a breath in. Exhale, forward bend. Step back to your plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. This time, bring your forehead down and bring those arms long. Palms up. Tops of the feet on the mat. Keep the back as long as you can. Inhale, exhale. Now inhale, half locust. So just start by bringing the forehead and chest up. Reach the fingertips back. Press your feet firmly into the mat. Take a breath in. Exhale, forward bend. Turn your head one way. We're going to do this 3 times. So that was the first one. Bring the forehead down. Now, try doing it the same way. So we're going to start out, kind of pull the belly in. As you're inhaling, you're bringing the forehead up, the chest up, reaching the arms back, maybe bringing the feet up. Inhale a little higher if you can. Exhale lower, turn your head the other way. All right, here's our last one. Option to do either of the 2 that we've already done, or inhale, lift everything up, come into that locust, lengthen your arms and legs, neck. Gaze goes a little forward, but we don't want to look straight in front of us. Keep that neck long. Inhale, exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, lowering back down. Go ahead and bend the knees and just roll your feet side to side. Just a couple times. And then we're going to bring the legs long again. Bring your hands under the shoulders. Take a breath in. Make sure your forehead's on the mat. Exhale. Inhale, cobra, last time. Exhale, back to child's pose. Bring the arms in and rest. All right, now ease out of that when you're ready. Stay longer if you need to. Bring the legs around in front. Coming into a staff pose. We're just going to get we want those hips to be nice and even. You know, maybe you want to grab a strap. If, you know, our forward bends, we do them standing up. We have gravity helping us. When we're here, it's a much harder angle, I guess you would say, because we have to move our bodies forward. We don't have gravity to help pulling the head down. So maybe you want to use the strap here. If not, you can have hands on the feet. But inhale first. Get as tall as you can through the crown of the head. Now exhale, forward bend. You can reach the arms forward. You can just walk the hands out a little bit. Now every inhale, I want you to think of the spine getting a little longer. And then exhale into that forward bend. I want you to continue that. Sorry, I just got like a really itchy nose. I don't want to sneeze at you guys. All right, sorry about that. Okay. Now, as you come out of that forward bend the knees a little bit. We're going to do a little easy boat pose here. So as I reach my arms forward, notice what happens with the back. So I want to make sure that I lengthen the back. Take the arms lower if you need to. Take the hands to the legs if you need to. Now, pull in tight here. Maybe come up to this, the tops of the backs of your toes. Would that be toe pads? Belly tight. Option here. Option here. Option here. Keeping the feet apart a little bit. I haven't done this one in a while. Option here. But whatever variation of that boat pose we're doing, we want to make sure that we're not laying the back round. So I'd rather you be here, really strong, feeling all of that working, than be here and kind of round it over. All right? Bring the legs down, arms up, inhale, exhale, forward bend again. Same thing. Work into it. You're never done working into it unless your chest is just basically laying on the legs. And even then, you want to continue that feeling of stretching through the spine as you're inhaling, and then just as you exhale, we're just letting the body let gravity pull it down. We're going to try that boat pose one last time. So again, any variation, or maybe you want to take it up a notch. Keep everything working. Again, any variation you like. Now this time, when you bring the feet down, stretch the legs out, bring the arms up. I want you to open those legs about just to the edges of the mat. And as you go into that forward bend, each hand is going to reach over toward that foot. Maybe you want to grab the outside of the foot or loop around that toe. But same thing, work that forward bend very slowly, lengthening and then into the, closer to the mat. Now as we ease out of that, we're going to bring the legs together, shake them out a little bit. We need to come down onto our back. So you can either bend the knees and roll it down with some control. You can turn to your side, make your way down, however you want to get there. But once you're here, we're going to all start out with our knees into the chest. Hold the legs anywhere you like. Give that back a moment to just start stretching out again, right? It's going to get longer and wider. And we're just going to roll a little bit, side to side. All right, take the feet up. Flex and point. Circle the ankles. Make sure you go both ways. All right, now pull the knees back in. Let's keep that right knee in, and we're going to allow the left leg to start stretching out again. Let that whole hip lengthen. Twist to the right. So open the right arm as you inhale. On the exhale, use that hand to push the knee across. And then look up or toward the right. All right, come onto your back. Thread the needle and take that right foot across the left knee again. All right, let's uncross. Again, roll that back a little bit. And then when you're ready, stretch the right leg all the way out. Keep that left knee pulled in. Take the right hand, hold on to that knee, open as you inhale. Exhale, twist the left knee up and across to the right. And you guys know if you ever happen to be on the wrong leg, I mean, I don't want to say wrong leg, other leg, because of how you're situated, that's totally fine. Just gotta make sure we always even everything up. All right, and let's go into that, thread the needle again, left foot to the right knee now. Right foot coming up maybe. All right. Now, as we uncross, we're going to take the legs a little wider apart and come into our happy baby. Take the legs out, knees bent, hands on the feet, the ankles, the knees, thighs, whatever you can do here. Try to keep everything, try to keep the upper body relaxed as you start to let those legs open up. All right, start to bring those legs or feet back together. Let's come into butterfly for just a moment. So open the knees, feet together. Take the arms a little higher than the shoulders if you can, and just kind of notice what's feeling tight here. We're going to start focusing our breathing. We're getting ready for Savasana, right? But we're not quite there. So let's just start to refine the breathing again. Slow it down. If you are starting to feel like you're getting a little colder now, you had another layer to put on or a blanket, you can grab that. We definitely want to keep our bodies warm and comfy for a couple minutes, maybe for the whole day, right? We don't need to be cold. Now take the breath in. On the exhalations, you're going to start to just let tension go, right? We're not going to push our knees down or push our shoulders down. We're just going to take a breath in. Notice where we feel some tightness. On the exhale, tell your body it's okay to just let go of that a little bit. Couple more breaths here. All right, and then we're going to bring the knees up. Stretch the legs out. As we do that, arms are going to come overhead. We're going to inhale. We're going to stretch from the fingertips all the way down to our toes as we inhale. On the exhale, let everything relax. We're going to keep the arms overhead a little bit longer. Let's do that again. Inhale, lengthen, stretch everything at once. Exhale and relax. And last time, inhale, stretch. And exhale, relax. Let's bring those arms lower than the shoulders now, all right? Focus on just staying in that relaxed state. You can be really in any position you like. Use the wall, turn to your side, cover up more. But this is just giving that body just another couple minutes to restore itself till it's ready to move again. And using the breathing to keep ourselves nice and calm. And just taking a minute to think about, that you gave yourself some time today and just how important this is. Breathing alone, focusing on breathing and using it to help the body relax is fantastic. But when you start moving to it and you getting your body to just move a little bit in every direction, so important as we get older to just keep ourselves moving. And just get as comfy as you can, feel like you're just as heavy into the mat as you can be, and just let your mind drift off for a short time. All right, take a deeper breath in and out. If you're ready to start moving, start slowly, little movements, fingers and toes only at first. And then move the hands and feet a little bigger. You can maybe rub the feet and hands together, generate a little bit of warmth. When you do bring yourself back up, move as slowly as you can. Don't use a lot of energy right now. Just use the hands, help yourself push back up. Bring our hands to our heart. Namaste. I'm going to come over to you.
Namaste.
Let me stop
Thank you,
recording.
Pam. That was wonderful.
Yes.